I'm Mark.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about maybe a Tesla phone, but we'll see right after rolling that title.
You're watching the Tesla Life Express.
More
Hey everyone!
than ever.
Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about, in our Express issue, we're going to talk a little bit about Tesla phones. Recently, there was a bit of an outcry from Elon about AI coming to Apple mobile devices. And Elon had indicated that actually he threw the gauntlet down and said if Apple does employ AI in their mobile devices, he's going to ban those devices from his companies, plural. And
anyone say knee jerk?
And that was like kind of surprising that this happened like that quickly. Apple, of course, had a keynote discussion about their upcoming changes in hardware and software. And immediately after, Elon comes out with this, obviously he watched it, and came out with this mandate that if Apple was to employ this AI on mobile devices, that he was going to ban their use because it's too much of a security issue at his companies for possibly, spying, collecting information. Didn't really say what it was, just too much of a security risk is what he had said.
The same reaction when he couldn't figure out how to log into Windows without using a Microsoft account.
Well, okay, so it's not just AI in general. It was specifically if Apple integrated OpenAI, which
that was the other part.
He's had a lawsuit against them, which has now been dropped. But there's definitely some bad blood where he was an early board member investor in OpenAI, and then they went a different direction, and he left any association with OpenAI after that. So there's bad blood there, and I think that had a lot to do with why he had this attitude.
It was everything to do with it. Because what's he going to do now when Apple opens it up and you can put freaking Grok or XAI as a plug-in to this system? He's going to eat it all back, and he's not the best at that. I mean, he sometimes does it, but he's not the best at doing that.
So that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense that he's got this problem with OpenAI because of what direction they went on without his blessing.
Closed AI,
a chip on his shoulder. Yes.
Yeah, a computer chip, that is.
Yeah.
And there's
processing.
Interesting that he that he came out with this, and of course the Xverse immediately jumped all over this and said, well, why don't you make your own phone? Because you guys could actually do it. There are, of course, throngs of fans out there that would be your base to start buying these phones.
And previously, like, this has come up in the past. And previously, he's like, no, it's a distraction. No, it's stupid. Yep. No, we what are we going to add to it that makes it worth our time investment and resource investment? And now,
now his response to all those responses to his was, we could do it. So,
and we were saying before the show, like they have everything they need to do it now. They've got all their cars have mobile chips. I'm sure Optimus probably has a mobile chip in it. They've got all the engineers they need for software and hardware. They know everything there is to know about batteries. I mean,
yeah,
at this point,
they certainly have grown into somebody that could take a mobile phone and without too much of a change, use their current software and engineers to massage it into a consumer product that could be viable. I just, as Casey has mentioned, I often think about how the hardware software thing that they do is very similar to what Apple does, where they're the ones that are putting the hardware together, they're putting the specs together, and they're working their software to work specifically with that hardware set, and can achieve a little bit more because the two pieces are coherent and they're written for each other or designed for each other. And that's something that Tesla does as well. So that certainly would make sense that they would have that ability. But I guess my question would be, it was going to be a distraction before. I can't see how this is not going to be a distraction going forward now.
It's going to be worse of a distraction now because now Microsoft is out of the game. And so you've really just got Apple and Google, and then people doing something else on Google's open source side of the platform. So you're going to have to convince people to have a reason to want to use this thing. They need all their apps. They need their banking. They need their public transit tickets. They need their payment platforms. And Musk hasn't been making friends over the last 2 years. So you'll have to show them the value prop to join in, show them the money, basically, or why they'll have to get over their annoyances at things he said to have the chance to get at this customer base that generally is more willing to open their wallet.
Yes,
but Microsoft had that same opportunity and spoiled it. So
yes,
they don't know that, and they didn't have as many. They weren't just saying stuff to the public during their.
No, they were very careful about their PR and how they reached out to the public.
Right. So
whereas we know that Elon is a little bit less guarded when it comes to that.
Exactly. So if they doing everything right had this difficulty with it, this other company knowing how to do everything right, but having a spokesperson that doesn't give a crap about what he says, how will this play out? And then you'll have the people who just really don't like the same reaction he had to Sam having his information. A lot of people have that same reaction to Elon having their information. So he'll have to convince people that everything's staying local and that he won't be able to see it. And I would definitely, I have 2 phones on my desk right now. I would definitely swap one of them out to try it out.
That's funny. What a coincidence.
We are a sad group of people, let me tell you.
Oh, that's
Patrick, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so this is not part of Tesla's mission. I absolutely do not think it should be a Tesla phone. That doesn't mean that Musk isn't interested in it. So I think the right place to do it would be either XAI or Twitter, now X. So it would be an X phone or an XAI phone. And
you know what? In this bag is a rabbit, launch rabbit, the orange thing. I didn't even bother to open it. XAI would be great. Like if they followed the rabbit situation instead of pulling that whole "it's not a phone" crap, they could just say it is a phone and it's got the AI neural engine and all that.
Exactly. Yes. That now we're on the same page. So that's the kind of thing that they could do that isn't in existing phones today, where it has this ever-present AI agent that is a personal assistant, and you can turn on or off whatever data sharing that you want. You can talk to it. And if they were smart, they would leverage the Android ecosystem that already exists as an open source project so that you can, all the Android apps that are there, because it's really hard to get app developers to go and support an entirely new platform. And even if you are building that momentum, it would take years to get to the level that Android and iPhone are at today. So don't even try to start from scratch. I mean, the reason that Musk bought Twitter and converted it to X instead of just starting X was because it accelerated the process. Yeah. So why wouldn't you do the same thing? So I think
he'd have to swallow his pride on the Android Play Store situation, though, because if he goes ASOSP, yes, the programs will work, but none of the APIs will be there, and then the store won't be there. And so even if it's just a matter of clicking one box, you still got to convince every developer out there to click the one box, especially the ones that you've offended.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I think that they could do with their phone is we know that X is going to become a payment platform.
Yes,
and
Google Wallet.
Yes, and exactly. Yeah, an X wallet, and have it on your phone. Have tap to pay. Have it come right out of that account, the same account that you can use on X to buy news articles, to pay subscriptions to
your rent
content providers. Or yeah, so I mean, if you want to become a full financial house, they're certainly going to have a financial app. But why not put it on a secure AI-enabled phone that they designed themselves?
Yeah, and you'd know that it'd be secure because look at how many times Tesla actually takes themselves to phone to own, and the response is not to go sue everybody. Like, here's the car, give us the code, and then they fix it within like days.
Right. They will definitely be taking their stuff to the hackathons and getting people to break in and giving them cash awards for it.
Yeah, because the model works for Tesla, and certainly why would you not push that same model onto a platform that's even going to be more diverse and in more hands than your cars?
Yeah.
Yes.
It would also make using X a lot more interesting as a social network. The what used to be Twitter part, that would be even more seamless. This stands a chance to be something big if done right, and if certain people can get over the hurt feelings.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting that that this has come out now. Of course, Patrick, you made a great case that this is maybe from some hurt feelings that it was pushed further. But I really still think that they don't have the bandwidth to move at this. Even if they were to push it to X, or if they were to push it to somebody else to run it, it was one of Musk's companies. I think it would be a momentous task to move this along and still keep the other companies running towards the goals that they already have and still need to achieve.
But like Patrick said, as long as Tesla's not doing it, it's not as dangerous to progress as it could be.
I would agree there.
Neuralink is really busy, but this would also play in really nicely with what they're doing. Because eventually you won't want to hold the device if you've already got one in your brain.
I think it's a little soon to be having AI interact with our brain.
Yes, and also the fact that the FDA is going to get involved and all that. But X or whoever he gets to do with this could work closely with Neuralink to make sure that this is their first party. This is your terminal as one of the two test subjects. They got the one that they've got, and they've got another one about to go under. So as their two test subjects, they could have this prototype, and it could be their gateway, their modem, just in their hand. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd wait till at least version 3 of the phone, though. Just saying.
You sound like BlackBerry.
Well, I mean, the Muskos have definitely held up to the wait for version 3 on everything. Look at how the Model 3 is where it first became not legacy, or in the case of the Roadster, just abandoned. Look at the SpaceX Terminal 3 was the first one for Starlink that kind of got everything where they wanted it to go. And
Tesla is an iteration company. We've said this 100,000 times, and it will continue to be. So anything that they build, you're right. The first model is not the end all. It's going to take a number of iterations to get it to the point where it's solid, or it's mass market appeal, or it's priced right, or all of the above. So
I do wish the Muskos would handle that transition for the legacy customers better. Just saying, like, oh yeah, it still works. We're going to this thing over here. Bye. It's not a good experience. Like, you're only dealing with 1,000 cars. All right, here's the new MCU. Only 3,000 cars. Here's the new. I know I'm really shrinking the numbers down. Here's the new AP chip, and we'll keep on going. And then eventually, we do expect you to buy a new car. Here's a loyalty discount for sticking with us for all this time.
Synergies exist, and certainly they can be shared among the Musk companies. That would be a good thing about this. But it remains to be seen if this is just a tit for tat discussion on X, or if it's got some legs. But certainly we will be following along. What do you, the viewers out there, think? Does it make sense to you? Would you take a first generation X phone or Tesla phone or whatever they call it? Would that make sense? Or would you hang back till the third version? Or do you think it's a mistake? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on this subject. We would love to hear it. And with that, I think we will wrap this topic up. And Casey, what do we got coming up on Sunday?
So on Sunday, catch us over at youtube.com at Casey Green. We're going to have Let's Chat with Casey Green and Friends, and we'll also have a update on the HV Nomads project. We just got done with a massive road trip that took several days. We'll talk more about that. It was to the point where I had to come on live from the storage locker. There was no way I was going to make it back to anywhere in time. And
that is commitment. Coming live from the storage locker. Let me tell you.
With Moto,
I had a whole child, and we made it back with 30 minutes to spare to turn the system on. So so far we haven't missed one yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. And then again on Monday, you catch us back here for the Tesla Life Express. It'll be our second Express of the week, and then on Wednesday, catch us live, same time, same place.
Same back channel. Exactly. Patrick, any shout-outs from you?
Yes, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org. I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net about my future free from fossil fuels. Thank you.
Righto. Please give us a thumbs up on the video, press that subscribe, and we will catch you next time on the Tesla Life. Thanks to Lee Moon for the music we use every week.